What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James and welcome back today to Roblox. How are we doing, everyone? Welcome back, welcome back. Today, of course, it is time to jump back into Bee Swarm Simulator because today is a spicy one. We are discussing one of Bee Swarm's most mysterious content updates that we never ever got. This bad boy dates back for years and years and years, and there is one man responsible for such mystery. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are lifting the lid on the one, the only, Onett Dev. Let's go, let's go. Should we do the Bee Swarm shuffle? All right, here we go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. 3, 2, 1, claim the hive! How we doing, everyone? Welcome back, welcome back. Yeah, this is a video that I've kind of wanted to make for a little while now. This is going to be a bit of a silly one, but also kind of interesting because what we're going to be talking about in today's episode is quite simply the lid, the mystery of the lid. Onett has been talking about this since 2018. Which is a really, really long time ago. This was discussed like when Bee Swarm first ever came out, and there's just like a bunch of history, a bunch of things. Today we're going to talk about it, we're going to discuss it, we're going to expose the man, the mystery, the developer on it. It's going to be a good time. Should we head to the mushroom of hype? 3, 2, 1, count into the hype. Whoop. All right, lads, here we are. I'm gonna level with you on the last Bee Swarm episode. Massive performances. Yeah, we managed to get 3,000 likes on the episode, which was insane. Thank you so much. Really, really cool. It makes me super excited to just like cover Beesmas this year. So of course, like as soon as we see anything update-wise, anything that Onett says, test realm stuff, all that good stuff, we're gonna be right here making content on that. So yeah, just thank you very much for coming to hang. It's always really nice. You're always welcome here. I have no idea what to set for this episode. We kind of did really well last time. Could we try and get like 1,500? If we could get 1,500 likes, that would be amazing. Top banana. Thank you very much. All right, where do we begin? Okay. So once again, I kind of did this in the last video, but yeah, this is not an ad, but I just thought I'd mention it here really quickly. I am now on the Fresh Cut platform, which is really, really cool. So if you don't know what Fresh Cut is, just super quickly, it's this really cool kind of like gaming style app where it's like grouped into different sort of interest groups, different video games, and there's a bunch of really, really cool creators over there already. I just joined recently. You've got people like ThnxCya over there, a bunch of cool people, and it's a really nice place. So I would love for you guys to come and follow me over on the app, check out some of the content. I'm posting a few exclusive bits and pieces over there. Yeah, the best way to do it if you don't already have the app is I'm going to pop up a little picture here, but there is a link in the description below as well. Please do use my link to download the app. It's completely free. Make sure you download it and grab your username before someone else sneakily goes and grabs it. But yeah, if you use the code, like the link that I have in the description, you'll get a bunch of free diamonds, which you can use in-app and stuff on various different things. So that would be really cool to see you over on there. Thank you so much to everyone who does. I look forward to seeing you. Yeah, make sure you grab it. Oh yeah, and just a little bit of sneaky cheeky information about Fresh Cut. We may or may not be doing some Robux giveaways over the festive period over on the Fresh Cut app. I tend to do like giveaways, some Robux giveaways every single Christmas. We've done them on Twitter, we've done them on Discord, we've done them in YouTube comments and stuff. But this year I'm thinking we're going to do them over on Fresh Cut. So yeah, make sure you go and grab it and be prepared because there could be Robux to be won, which is always good. Right, so the good place to begin is normally at the beginning. And this is where we shall begin, shall we? Let's shall. Okay, so we are going back to 2018, which is a really, really long time ago. And basically, this is sort of when Baby Bee Swarm existed. So this is a feature called the lid. There has been many, many different things over the years. And it's really interesting to kind of read it. So I have a bunch of screenshots. We're going to be talking about it in here. But essentially, the lid was discussed in 2018. So just a few little screenshots here to begin with. We have Onett here from August the 21st, 2018, saying that I'm probably going to try and get a smaller update out relatively fast and keep working on the lid for the long term. So basically, from what it kind of seems like from day one, Onett has always had the idea of adding something called the lid into the game. It sounds like it's sort of a long-term project. It's something to do with Bee Swarm. And from way, way back in the day, from what I remember anyway, the lid was always discussed as like an end game situation. On the same day, on August the 21st, 2018, you gotta remember, this is many, many, many moons ago, he says the longer-term update with the lid will take longer so the Star Journey quests won't cycle out. He also goes on to say as well, Star Journey quest won't cycle out with the next update. It's going to take me a bit longer to open the lid. Now, if we kind of piece that together, because this is a really, really long time ago, this would have been roughly in and around the time when the star sort of gallery thing sort of became a thing. Now, to be honest with you, it's been so long. Like, I can't really remember what order the updates are in, but sort of the star trials and the star quests, I personally can't remember any star quest. It's been so long, but this is kind of roughly the sort of timeline. So this is like super early stuff. Although what's kind of weird is that there's always been this like really memey situation when it comes to the lid, the secret of the lid. And it's weird because Onett talks about it in one hand as being like this super cool thing, which we were definitely going to get, but then also just kind of memes it for the entirety of like the next 3 to 4 years. So he says it very, very simply, lids are very complicated, guys. Don't trivialize the situation. So yeah, we can't make fun of the lids, but we are still waiting 5 years later. So, you know, I think we're being pretty patient on it, just saying. And this was a really memey day for Onett. I don't know, he must have had some pretty nice juice on the 21st of August, because he says, my plan for the 30B area are just lids. And then each lid reveals another lid. Plenty of lids. What are you talking about? What is the lid? I swear down. I think that one's kind of interesting because if you think about it, this is actually before the 30B zone came into the game. And this is like a really pivotal part of the entire kind of like Bee Swarm lid sort of history. Because back in the day, this 30B zone wasn't here. It was just a flat blue wall up here. The mountaintop field was the final area. And then in one of the future updates, which we'll get to in just a second, Onett actually added this Onett lid zone, which I believe was the initial location and the concept for where lifting the lid was supposed to happen. You can see here that there's just like a giant sort of bear head, and then on top, it's kind of one of those like American style liddy things that you get on bottles of honey. So I think is it a jar? Is it a squeezy bottle shaped like a bear? Is it a squeezy bottle shaped like Onett Dev? I don't know. Is it a glass jar shaped like a bear? It could be so many different things, but this is the area where I think the shenanigans were supposed to go down. And of course, you've got to remember this entire time, sort of in the updates, I'm not just talking like 2018, I'm talking 2020, 2019, 2021, various NPCs, various quests have always talked about the lid as being a thing. And of course, every single Beesmas right next to Onett, we get his infamous Onett lid art. So it's still very much a thing in the game. It just never really revealed itself. Well, not just yet anyway. Shall we continue? Right, okay, so we skip ahead a little bit in time, bar this final one here from the 21st. So this is like very much what he was talking about the lid ages and ages ago. He says here finally that the Star Journey quest will leave in the update that opens the lid, but that won't be in the next update. So it's kind of interesting based off the timelines. This is August, and then we're jumping towards October here, October the 23rd of 2018 still. And he says, although a lot of the December stuff is already started, the update will take me a lot of work because I'm supposed to have a big thing with the lid and all by Christmas time. So I'm kind of thinking here, I could be wrong, but was 2018 December the first ever Beesmas? I'm not entirely sure. Like, this is before Onett is calling it Beesmas publicly. He's just saying like the Christmas thing, the Christmas update. And he was basically in the first ever Beesmas, he was trying to not only just do like the Christmas tree and stuff, which I think was in the first Beesmas, but he was also trying to lift the lid and add that bit of content in for the very, very first Beesmas time, which is 2018. You think about it, we've done 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22, and this year is 23. That's many, many Beesmases done, and we still have not lifted said lid. So moving on just a little bit here to November 2018, the holy doggo asks, what can NPC Onett do in the next update? To which Onett replies, fail to open the lid. So this must have been very much like the 30B zone update, but he then goes on to say that the 30B zone hasn't been touched in the update, sadly, because the dang lid is too tight. So yeah, I'm guessing he's kind of working towards the 30B zone. He's kind of trying to work towards that. He's trying to work to the festive time all at once in classic Onett style. It is now basically just over a month until Christmas Day. And as I'm sure you guys all remember, Beesmas is always very, very last minute and really late. Oh, geez. It's going to be the same this year, isn't it? All right, so we're going to do like a couple little time skips here, just a few little ones to begin with here. We have one message from the 4th of December, so we're getting like super close now to Beesmas Update 2018, or whatever it was in 2018. I think it was Beesmas, but I could be wrong. And on it here says, there is about a 0.000000000000000000009% chance I will actually open the lid in December, so you can consider your Star Journey safe. So I'm guessing we already had the Star Journey update by then, and then people were trying to do their quest, and they were panicking. They were thinking, oh, are we going to be able to do these in time before Onett actually does this lid thing? But he was like, nah, don't worry, guys. It's just not going to happen. You're safe, which is kind of interesting. But now we're going to time skip way quicker. We're going to go up to 2019. We're going to go to the 26th of February 2019, which I guess is still technically in Beesmas. Well, it is these days. Maybe Beesmas has just ended. Onett's working towards his next update, and he says no progress in this lid update as usual. Sad pandas. Are you noticing a pattern, lads? Now, this bit is really funny and it's really cute. It's kind of like a really interesting way of seeing how Bee Swarm develops. Obviously, these days, you have like the leaderboard and stuff. You have people like Elol who are just insane. And then you have, a lot of people who still play the game. We've got a massive map. We've got loads and loads of bees. We've got loads of quests, NPCs, various cool things. Onett here says on the same day, 2019, he says, I want to flesh out the map and the early game before I open the lid and work on later game stuff. Because still, the vast majority of the players never make it to 15 bees. Could you imagine? Like, he was like kind of worrying at the time, like, yeah, most of the player base, most of the people are playing Bee Swarm. Bearing in mind, Bee Swarm was super popular at this point. They were barely getting to the pumpkin patch, which is insane. When you think about early game Bee Swarm, you think about the things that you could do, the things that you couldn't do, the kind of grind that it took to get there. It seems like most of the players in the player drop-off were struggling to get to the 15 bee zone, which is insane based off some of the harder challenges that we have these days. We are then met later on in 2019 with some more Onett trolling about the lid. He says here, I have to wait for my carpal tunnel to clear before I even start to think about the lid again. Bearing in mind, this is now in August of 2019, so we've moved on about 6 months since the previous screenshots. He also then goes and says in November, update news about the lid is it's got even more stuck due to the atmospheric pressure changes. So at this point, I think this is probably where he starts to slowly give up on the idea of actually doing this update. He also then goes in, oh my goodness, when is this? This is January 2020. We've skipped another year. It says, I can't open the lid because it's full of festive beans. It would completely break the game. So this is another Beesmas. We've done 2018, 2019, 2020. This is 3 Beesmases and still no lid in any updates, which is kind of mad. Are you guys still with me? Are you there? Are you fed up with the amount of times I've said the word lid in this episode? I'm going to say it a few more times. We're skipping on ahead, lads. It's 2021. So this is really like now the last time that Onett ever sort of publicly mentioned this lid concept. So Amethyst here, basically they said on Discord, people have been thinking about the lid near you in game. Is that going to be a thing that happens like as a final update, as you've already said it will happen in a few years? Will it be something like an extremely, extremely hard end game shop? I'm talking like 1 quadrillion honey, or is it something that you got absolutely no clue about? So this is when I think Onett just was like, this is when I think he officially gave up or was already thought about giving up on the lid. He says here that the lid is a metaphor for my own inaction, hesitancy, and creativity block through a fatal mix of laziness and perfectionist tendencies, thus can never be opened. But realistically, I still want to do something with it. So yeah, he's chatting madness here. I think the lid is a metaphor. A metaphor, it's very deep. But I'm basically thinking, he's saying here that he kind of wanted to do something with it at some point, but over the years, as the game develops, as the game changes, as new updates, new features, new NPCs come into the game, I just think he sort of thought it was probably not a very good idea. My best guess, I mean, let me know, like, what do you guys think? What do you think the lid was supposed to be? But I think it was supposed to be like a big end game final boss, maybe, and it was supposed to end the game. Bearing in mind, this is sort of in the infancy of simulators, but the problem is with simulators is that they aren't really supposed to ever end. And I think that's the problem. When you put like an end game feature into a game like Bee Swarm, I just don't think there's any necessary need for it. But I do think that at some point it would be really nice just to have something. Now, you've got to remember as well, Onett is quite famous for like doing ideas and then just scrapping them and then bringing them back a few years later. So the best example of that obviously is Robo Bear. Like, this was a like failed and sort of forgotten about feature. It was supposed to be an update years ago, and then all of a sudden, boom, Beesmas 2022 Robo Bear returns, and it's a really, really good update. So who knows? We may or may not see the lid at some point. I'm thinking we probably won't, but you never know with Onett, do you? He is sneaky sausage. And unfortunately, that is about it for today's episode talking about the lid. However, I leave you with a challenge. I leave Onett with a challenge, actually, because if he is a true man of his word, he will look at this screenshot from the 21st of August, 2018. And in his words, not mine, he says, that's why I'll never give up on opening that lid. I gotta prove I'm a strong guy. All right, Billy Big Muscles. Let's see if he can actually do it. Do you think he's gonna do it? Do you think Onett's got gains? Do you think he's swole? Do you think he's a gym lad? Only time will tell. Maybe we should get him some protein powder for Christmas or something. Make him all big and bulky. He should change his little NPC in his zone to just like swole Onett. I feel like that would be good. Right, anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling, lads. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, thanks, and see ya.